everybody, it's Haley. I'm back again with kind of a different video this time. I wanted to tell you about a fun experience that I just had. My first time going to the, what's this called? The Goodwill Second Edition store in North Carolina. It could be called Goodwill Outlet sometimes. And I have to be honest, I was kind of intimidated to come here because I didn't know what to expect. So first I went online and I looked at the pictures of the store from the Google reviews just to kind of get a feel of the layout. I don't know, I guess it's the planner and the anxiety in me that I kind of wanted to know what to expect. And as I learned more while I was in the store, I decided that I was going to make a video about it and tell you guys how to shop here and what you can find. And even if you don't shop here, it's just kind of a fun thing to watch. You walk in these doors, and here I have my bag because I already paid and I was coming back through. But here are the bins. There aren't many left because there are a lot of people in the store. Over to the side you have the grid, which is for computers and other electronics. I didn't actually walk into the grid, just kind of looked from afar. I assume it's a mixture of new and used merchandise. I was trying to be discreet at first when I was filming because I didn't know any of these people and I kind of felt like a lot of eyes would be on me with the camera. But here's an inside view of the store. Here's some of the housewares they have. Not a lot as far as housewares. There's the current prices. Most of the focus in this store is on clothing and textiles. Here's what the bins or tables look like. They're just full of stuff. This person, like many people, has a blanket or a sheet over their bin. It kind of signals to other people, this is mine, don't take anything out of it. I'm just showing you the things that I was looking for today. I was looking for cotton and linen, checking the tags to see what these were made of. I found a lot of denim. I liked the larger sizes because I can get more material out of them for sewing. It's just a complete mix. You've got men's, women's, kids, all sizes. Everything was in really good condition though. Here I am digging through my bin just to show you the kind of stuff that I pulled out. A few items like these jeans, they're too big for my daughter now, but they could be resold. This shirt I thought might work for sewing. It was a nice material. This was a cool pattern. Don't have any idea what I'm going to do with it. But I'm just showing you the tag. That sounds like an expensive brand. I don't know. I'd have to look it up. This I thought would either be a cute shirt to wear or make something out of. Then I have some more denim. I wasn't really looking for denim. It just happened to be in good shape, a good pattern. Here's something for the holidays. Again, kind of a cotton linen feel. This could either be a shirt that I could wear or I could cut it up. This is too small for me, but it was in like new condition, so I could probably sell it. Another nice holiday pattern for sewing. Could make maybe a shirt for my son out of that, or some shorts or something. This was just such a cute pattern. I thought either I could resell it or make something out of it. I don't know anything about this brand, but I thought maybe that's a good brand for possible reselling. I know this brand. I know that they're expensive.
It has a stain on it and some around the neck, so I thought if I can clean it up, maybe I can resell that. And let's see. I was just showing you that's a good brand. That's probably something I could use for sewing. And then just kind of similar stuff at the bottom. So here you can see that people have put sheets over their bins. And here I am checking out. That's the scale that they have, and all my stuff is in the trash bag there, and there's my total. Here's a view standing at the checkout and gives you an overview of the entire room. You can see there's a blank space there where they've taken away tables and they're going to put new ones in. The space was actually smaller than I anticipated it being based on the photos on Google. So you see the employee is cleaning up the area where the 8 tables were before, and now employees are bringing in tables full of new merchandise with the yellow cone on top. And the yellow cone means that as long as the cone is there, nobody is allowed to touch anything. You have to wait until everything gets in place. Then once they lift the cone, it's kind of a free-for-all. And you can see all the shoppers standing around waiting because they have probably gone through all of the other bins and they're just waiting for these to be refreshed. A lot of these people are here all the time, so they're pretty quick at going through the bins. That's why they turn them around it was either 30, 45 minutes or every hour. I want to say it was closer to every 30 to 45 minutes, I was told. But these rules aren't posted anywhere, so unless you talk to somebody while you're there or an employee, you don't know that this is the way things go, which is why I thought I need to talk to people and share this information with others because it's really interesting. It's unlike any other shopping experience I've ever seen. You see, you've got young kids, older people, people with their babies, people of all ethnicities here. You can't see around the room, but pretty much everybody who's here is gathered around these tables. There aren't many people around the outskirts looking at other things. It's just waiting. All right, here we go. Here's the last table. And then they close in. And I thought, oh, I'm not going to be able to get a shot of this. Sorry. And there they go. It's madness. This is not what it looks like all the time when you're there because generally people have moved to the other tables to look around, but when they first put out new bins full of merchandise, this is what happens. The cashier told me when she first started working there was a line out the door when they first opened, and people came stampeding in, and she asked her boss if there was a fire, and he said, nope, it's just like that when we open. You see this guy walking out with his trash bag full of stuff. That's what mine looked like, and here we are on a holiday and the parking lot is completely full.
I hope you'll forgive me. It's a little hot in my car because I didn't want to turn the air on and you hear the AC going, so I'm a little bit hot. It's like I think 70 degrees today, but definitely warmer in my car since it's been sitting here. Okay, here's my receipt. I have to say, clothes way more than I thought they did. So I spent $28.60. It was $1.79 a pound, and I guess that, yeah, that's the weight, almost 15 pounds of clothing. And I left with a big garbage bag. Everybody leaves with a garbage bag full. Before I even put the first thing in my basket, I found a lady who kind of looked like she knew what she was doing and she looked friendly. So I went up to her and said, "Excuse me, can I ask you some questions about how this works?" And she was so nice. Her name is Beverly, and shout out to Beverly. She lives nearby and she's a school nurse. She does this on the side. She resells. And she told me that 95% of the people who come shop here are also resellers. I talked to another couple who had just started this. They don't really have a business going yet, but they came to pick up some like vintage stuff that they plan on selling on Instagram. And then I met another guy who has a store, like a vintage, I guess a booth inside a store at Carolina Place Mall. I'll link him in the description. He said he's been doing this reselling full-time for 3 years now. Now, I don't know what that means to him. Like, how much does he need to live on to do this full-time? But he said it's his full-time job and he sells on Instagram and they're at the store. And I said, "How many hours a day do you spend here?" And he said all day. He could be here, and this is not the only place he goes. He could be there from when they open at 10 till like 3 to 5 p.m. when they close. So there's all these tables and they have linens, clothing, kids, adults. It's all mixed in together. It's some of it's like really nice quality. I wouldn't say any of it was like necessarily damaged or bad or what you might think of if you're thinking, oh, well, it's at Goodwill Outlet, you know, it must be junk. It's really not. There were some good name brands there. So where do they resell? Like I said, Instagram. A couple people said Poshmark. Flea markets were big. I talked to Beverly about potentially taking the stuff that I haven't sold at my antique booth to the flea market, and I asked her which ones she thought were the best ones. Maybe I'll do a tour of one of those sometime soon. And the cashier and other people there today told me that this is actually a very light day. You definitely don't want to come on a Saturday or Sunday because you won't be able to move around. You want to get there early. They open at 10, so getting there at opening is the best. The facility itself is really nice. I can't say which year they built this, but it's pretty new. The grounds are kept really nice and clean. It doesn't smell like a normal Goodwill. Actually, it didn't have any smell at all, which was awesome. You know how when you go into a Goodwill, all the clothes seem to have the same smell, and it can sometimes be difficult to wash out that smell, but this place doesn't have that at all, and I'm usually sensitive enough to it that I would have noticed. Another woman I was talking with agreed with me on that, so that's nice, especially if you're a reseller. You know, you don't want your clothes to have that kind of vintage thrifted smell, and sometimes that's to be expected, but this was a good surprise. One thing I wanted to mention is that if you go to an outlet like this, people are looking primarily for clothes. This is not the place that you're going to go to thrift vintage furniture, vintage home decor, or anything like that. Pretty much everybody is here for clothing, whether it be vintage or not. Just they're looking for clothing to resell. So I just want to make that point that you come here for that reason. Thanks so much for watching my video, my tour or shopping experience of the Goodwill Outlet in North Carolina. Let me know in the comments if you've been, and if there are any other thrift stores in the area that you want me to check out. I'd be happy to do that for you. If you enjoyed this, I would be happy if you'd subscribe and give a thumbs up. Thanks so much.